2024 Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl post-game press conference. We do have West Virginia interim head coach Chad Scott, quarterback Garrett Green, and wide receiver Hudson Clement. Same rules apply. Please just raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you. Ray has the microphone. Please identify yourself and to whom you're addressing the question. We'll start off with questions here in the room, followed by questions on Zoom. But Coach Scott, we'd like to open it up to you for an opening statement.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start off by saying this. These guys had every reason from the beginning to quit and turn it and fold and turn it in, and them guys refused to do that. Everything I've asked them to do, they've done. They've gone over and beyond. 100% attendance on workouts and practice. The energy, the intensity of the practices has been great. The focus has been great. Been talking about focus doesn't come natural, so lock in. And the guys been locked in the whole time. You know, the first message I told those guys, 10% of things in life happen until you can't control it. But the most important part, 90% of it is how you respond. And the way these guys responded, you know, to the adversity coming into this game was elite. And then you guys had the opportunity to see it firsthand tonight. We didn't start out, you know, as fast as we wanted to play. And the guys never wavered. You know, they were resilient and we responded. It didn't work. It didn't finish. It didn't work out for us in the end. The thing I love the most, we've been talking about it, ain't the play call, it's the player. And we put our guys in the best position to go win. And you know, as a coach, I feel great about, you know, making a play call for those guys that's successful, that was successful for, that's worked for us repeatedly, as opposed to just coming up with a call that I feel good about. So I'm super proud of these guys, the way they responded, the way they played the game, the way they finished and fought together.
Thank you, Coach Scott. We'll open it up to questions right over here on the right.
So Greg Hunter, Blue and Gold News. So Chad, start with you offensively. Go to the last series where you guys are trying to take the lead. What's the strategy? What are you guys trying to do? What's the call there at the end?
Well, the call was it's a verse call. It's the call that's had been successful for us the last, you know, I believe 5 to 6 drives. And it was a great call because it was it was what we were great at, what we were best at, and you know, we just fell a little short. But that was the same play that we've hit several times throughout the game, and we just fell short. Everybody felt great about the play call, and the guys felt comfortable with it, and we just fell short.
Did we have one in the middle here? No. Any other questions in the room for our student athletes or Coach Scott? In the back, please. Oh, we'll go up front, then in the back. There we go. Yep.
So, okay, Garrett and Hudson, I mean, the combination, I mean, it's not like you guys haven't fed on that all year, but was it different today? Did Garrett, start with you. Do you have a special feeling of connecting with Hudson today, and then Hudson follow up with that?
I think like kind of this being the third or fourth team that we played with the same, you know, defensive structure. You know, me and Huddy were watching all throughout the week, or all throughout the, you know, bowl prep about, you know, where spots are, you know, where the balls are going to be hitting. So, you know, he did a great job of getting to his landmarks and getting there on time.
Yeah, I think we were just both on the same page about the game plan. And, you know, I run my routes and he throws the ball, and, you know, if he's giving me a chance, I'm going to try to make it count for him. So, you know, just I think we were just on the same page throughout the game and throughout this week and prepping for this game.
We'll go straight to the back, please.
Kevin Kender, Blue and Gold News. Garrett, was this one of those games where you had to kind of figure out what was going to work, and especially in the run game for you? I know teams have been keying on you a little bit, but when you had a couple scrambles, it seemed like that kind of got you going.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Scott did a great job of kind of having a lot of different variety in the first few the first few drives, and then, you know, he called a hell of a second half, and, you know, I think spreading them out and letting CJ get downhill on him fast was a big key for us, and then, you know, guys like Hudson, Rodney, Cole, you know, making plays for me.
Yeah, Garrett, from visiting Texas here in high school, the coaches switch, all the players you played with, just talk about how much West Virginia means to you, everything you've been through, the player switch, quarterback switch. Just clearly West Virginia means a lot to you, so just let us hear a little bit about what's going through your mind, because obviously you mean the world of West Virginia, so what does West Virginia mean to me?
West Virginia means, you know, a lot to me, and, you know, it's been such a great honor to wear the uniform, wear the Dub V. You know, I wish I could have got it done tonight, but just wasn't good enough at the end of the game. But, you know, I'm super happy that, you know, a 17-year-old kid made a decision to come up to the mountains.
Back to the right, please.
So really, for all three, you start with you, Chad. The emotions when they miss the field goal, and you know you only have a chance with time left. but a chance to win it. What's your emotion?
Well, first of all, I'll say this. First of all, like he said, he had a chance to win the game. Like he didn't lose that game for us. I wish if I can go back, I would have been more aggressive at the beginning of the game. I thought I was too conservative calling the football game. Just trying to, just trying to figure him out or whatnot. So if I can go back, I'd be more aggressive coming out and shoot my shot early on, and that's what we ended up doing right before half. So he had nothing to do with how the outcome of this game unfolded. I'll take accountability for that because we had opportunity early on when the defense got a couple of stops to shoot our shot, and I was too conservative early on. So that's not on him at all. As far as when those guys got the stop, we've been talking all week about, again, it ain't the play call, it's the player. And whatever that play call was, which I have no idea what it was, those guys came up with the stop. They're resilient. They fought to the end. You always kind of tell the identity, the personality of the culture, mental toughness of a football team and how the field goal block team. And those guys, they was real close, got to it, and it affected it. And all we've always talked about offensively, just give us a shot. And we had our shot. So when we shot it, we had our shot, and we didn't make it.
Yeah, I knew I was going to get the ball back with, however many seconds, and whether it was going to be a 5-point game or an 8-point game, and then Coach Scott put us in a position to win, and didn't make the other rod, but it's football.
We have one in the back here, and Hudson, did you want to answer anything else to that? It's all three. Okay, we're going to go back to the back here with the microphone, please.
Coach Scott, you mentioned that you felt like you were too conservative. More throws, more different types of runs. What was your thought there?
Well, early on, we wanted to try to establish the run and, control the clock early on in the game. And they muddied up the box a lot. Coming in, we knew they were kind of vulnerable in the back end. And so we were probably a little too stubborn trying to run the ball, honestly. And so, I think going into the second quarter, we said we're just going to play ball, just going to shoot our shot. Told the defensive guys, hey, we're going to be aggressive. So, hey, trust the call. Been telling the guys all week long to keep the easy so those guys don't flinch, don't think, just go play ball. And that's what I told them. I say, listen, keep it easy so those guys go out there and play ball because we're going to be aggressive. So it could be we might go 3 and out. Now, fortunately for us, we were scoring. We kept scoring. Really, I think last 6 drives we scored on their last one. Ran out of time right before halftime, kicked the field goal. Phenomenal job by Michael Hayes up into this last possession here. So should have just been more aggressive coming out the gates.
And then Wyatt Milam, I think he just played on the first series. Was that a plan, or did something happen?
That was planned.
All right, now with questions in the room done, we're going to go to Zoom. We have one on the Zoom. Mitch, if you would unmute yourself, identify yourself, who you're representing, and address your question, please.
Hey guys, Mitch Davis at MitchDavisShow.com. This is for all three of y'all. I do want to ask you about Memphis, University of Memphis. It's kind of physicality-wise, who do they remind y'all most of the Big 12? And did they look like a Big 12 Power 4 opponent to y'all on paper and also out there on the field tonight?
I don't know. You can look at the height and weight. Structurally, they're like Iowa State. But 11's a really good player, and then 1's a really good player. So
yeah, they're a great football team. They're a great football team. They play fast. They swim around. They put the guys in position to be successful. And they go out there and make plays. I think it was an exciting football game. It was a challenging football game. We knew either way it wasn't going to be easy for them. It wasn't going to be easy for us. But they're a great football team.
All right. No more questions on Zoom? No more questions in the room? All right. Thank you, gentlemen. You nailed it. It was an exciting, well-fought football game. Congratulations on a great effort. All righty. Okay. Yep. Do you think it's our 2 guys? Yes. Yeah, perfect. Mm-hmm. Is it coffee or water? That's great. We are going to ask everyone just to abide by the same rules, please, because we are streaming this. If you wouldn't mind to wait for Ray, who's going to work the microphone. He'll bring it to you. I know everybody knows everyone in here, but if you wouldn't mind just identifying yourself, please. So those of us who are watching on the stream can understand who's asking the questions. Stephen. How are you? It's good to see you.
You know, I tried to call you earlier.
Uh-huh.
What it was I was here earlier, and I said, I got to get in, and I just found it open here.
Of course you did. Of course. Security.
If you answered, I did.
Yeah, it's okay. Plausible deniability here.
I was on Zoom yesterday with no video. I had just come out of
Oh, no. Were you like half able to work? Oh, my gosh.
the second part, but
Oh. But that's the worst. The dental stuff, I think that's the worst. Because it's right here and you hear it. Ugh. But get it done before the holidays. The FSA dollars are spent. it's, you guys sit right over there. You're all good. Oh,
Same order.
yeah, same order. We'll take it. We'll take it. Congratulations. We have, again, everyone. I think we know we have Seth Hennigan and Chandler Martin, our offensive and defensive MVPs, as part of the 2024 Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl champion Memphis Tigers. Congratulations again. Well deserved. We will open it up to questions. We have the microphone here. Who'd like to ask a question first? Nope, right here in the back. If you identify yourself and to whom you're addressing the question, please.
Hi, John Fields with the Denton Record Chronicle. For you, Seth, I was curious, obviously being so close to Denton, playing your final college game here, just what were the emotions being able to find a way to come out in the end with a win in your last college game?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about winning games. That's what our sport's about. So just to be able to come out of here with a win, I feel like it's really big for our seniors just to send them out the right way. And so we're just really excited to, be able to get it done. It was definitely not easy. We had to handle adversity throughout the game, and they're punching back, and they got some stops there down the stretch, but we weathered the storm, and we came out with a win. So just really exciting. And like you said, just being around the Denton area, being able to have my family here was definitely a blessing.
Let's give Coach, before he answers any questions, a chance for an opening statement. And congratulations, you have your cup of caffeine there.
I've got plenty on me already, so if I just want
If you want to give an opening statement before we open up to
First
questions.
off, again, thank you so much to Scooters Coffee and the Frisco Bowl. What a amazing few days here, and we appreciate everybody's hospitality. Credit to West Virginia, phenomenal season and a great matchup tonight. But just like I told the guys in the locker room, just so proud of them. And it starts with these two leaders sitting next to me, everything they've meant to this program, the way they work, the way they battle, and just, the ebbs and flows of a football game. And we did what we need to. We found a way. It's kind of the mantra of all seasons, just leave no doubt and find a way and do things, just do your job one play at a time. And at the end of the day, we came away with a win. 11th win for only the second time in 109 years in Memphis program history. It's phenomenal. For some of these guys on our team, 5 straight bowl wins. For some of our guys, 21-5 the last 2 years. For some of our guys, 3 straight wins versus Power 4 teams. It's absolutely just so proud of them. And we talked about some of the college grads. We had 16 guys graduate college this past weekend, 5 first gen. I mean, just the character of these young men, the standards and the culture that they set, it showed up tonight on national television. And all the credit goes to them for everything they've done. They've got great support staff with everybody that's involved, great coaches. I'm just so thankful they let me sometimes sit at the end of the table and be a part of this thing. But I couldn't be happier for these guys, for the fans that showed up tonight. They were great, and those that showed up all year long. Look, they made history tonight, and I couldn't be happier. They're bowl champions. They get to go home with that trophy, and very, very excited for the future of our program.
Great. We'll go back to questions in the room. We have Michael with the microphone. We'll go right here in the middle, and then we'll go right over here to the right. So right over here on the left first.
Steve Helwick, SB Nation. Chandler, in a game where so many points were scored, your unit was the one that came up with that game-winning stop. Just take us through that last possession and that last play with Elijah, kind of what the feelings and the emotions were like there.
It was a whirlwind of emotions. Just still kind of processing them. But I knew we just kind of huddled up, said it doesn't matter, it takes one play. And everybody had unwavering belief. We made sure we got in the seams this time. Just continue to play hard, continue to give everything we got. And my dog Elijah came up with the pick, so it's a great thing. So.
Okay, we'll go right here in the middle in the blue. Michael's going to bring you the microphone right over here, and then we'll go back over to Steven over on the left.
Frank Bonner, Daily Memphian. I remember this time. Seth, the pass to Demir, that was almost a touchdown. Did you know that would have been the record-setting touchdown for the conference?
I actually did know that. And then the next play was kind of like an RPO where we have a couple slippers into the field. So I think Coach Cramsey probably knew that as well. But I gave it, and BT scored a touchdown. So that was cool. 1 yard away. But it doesn't really matter. I didn't really care about that, to be honest. I'm just happy, we came out with the win.
And then speaking of the win, to be able to go out this is obviously your last college football game. Looking at what you did against Tulane and what you guys were able to do here, just how important was that for you to go out the way you did?
Yeah, I mean, it was just important for our whole team and our program going forward, and it was just cool for our seniors as well because we knew the capabilities that we had as a team, and we had one goal at the beginning of the year, but Coach Cramsey, he preached it to us. If you don't reach your goal, you have to reset your focus and create a new goal. And so our new goal was to, dominate our opponent, and we kind of did that toward the back half of the season. I thought we finished strong. Definitely the last two games we played well offensively. So it's just been a blessing just to have our senior class go out with 2 wins against some good opponents, and we've had a great time at this bowl. I think it's been one of my favorite bowl game that I've ever had. Just some of the events were fun, and to be able to have a win, and I thought this atmosphere was good as well. I like the stadium, so it's just been a great way to finish off my career.
Great. We got 2 over here on the right.
I'm Cole Burke with Mullet Mafia Football Media. Seth, obviously you ended your career at Denton Ryan as a state champion, ended your career back in the DFW as a champion here, and some people don't know your little brother is the quarterback at Denton Ryan. What does it mean to you to be the older brother, set an example for him as he goes through his career at Denton Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, that means the world to me, just to be an example for someone who looks up to me, and just try and be a role model for him and to whoever might look up to me, whether that be in the Memphis area, having been a loyal and true Tiger for 4 years, or that being back in Denton Ryan, having won a state championship there, and just, upheld the standard wherever I've been in my life, just as a football player and as a person, as a leader and as a friend. So I'm just blessed, you know what I'm saying?
Back over here.
Avery Braxton, ABC 24. Coach Silverfield, could you actually just walk us through that last offensive drive, kind of what you were thinking with the time management and the clock management?
Yeah, we knew we had to, try to run the ball effectively and not add any RPOs on it. And, obviously Seth's been in those situations. So, in fact, at one point, even the helmet to player communication, C2P, went down. And so I was yelling at Seth at my watch, and he already knew to use the clock. He kind of waved me off. He's like, I got you, old man. And, they did a great job. Obviously, we tried to get Mario to fall down in bounds. That could have been a difference. And then, reality, the thought was you look at analytics. Analytics said that we should have gone for it on that 4th and 3, and you get the first down, you win the football game. And believe me, I thought about it, right? But I also, this guy down here at the end of the table would have said, man, kick the field goal. Well, let's go play defense. We got you no matter what. And sure enough, they did. And but you got to be smart. We had that. If we had gotten the first down, we would have gone down and taken a knee and the game over. But look, there's a lot of thought in that, right? And I understand that, but I had great faith that okay, we'll figure out a way. We knew their biggest threat was the seams and the running quarterback, and we knew we had to stop that. And obviously, the interception at the end meant that our guys found a way to step up and did exactly what they need to. But that's all part of the thought process. Our 4-minute drives and the ways we try to end the football games. Obviously, we wanted to end the ball with the ball in our hands. Obviously, the victory, but. We can continue to do better, and that's stuff I'll look at in the offseason.
And then where does a cold brew bath rank in your post-game celebrations?
Yeah, thank goodness, and I appreciate Frisco weather because it's about 62. It was great. I was sweating under this thing already, so it was actually refreshing. Last year getting dumped on in the 32-degree weather at the Liberty Bowl was a little bit different, and so – I'll take it. I'm a big Scooter's Coffee fan. Go to the one on Poplar for all you people in Memphis. It smells delicious. I'm not much of a coffee. Thank you. Yeah. We'll know if I shower or not getting on the plane. Look, it's phenomenal, and what a unique thing. And I said I'll take it. I'm so glad they could have dumped over. They talked about making sure I didn't get hit in the head by the coffee mug and all those things. Like last year, I had a gash on my head when we were sitting here. Yeah. Exact same thing, if you guys remember. I think that was done on purpose. But no, look, what a cool deal. And like these young men mentioned, what a wonderful week and what a great job the bowl and everybody did. So,
Stay over here on the right. Mm-hmm.
Jonah Dillon, Commercial Appeal. Seth, now that it's over, can you just sum up your Memphis career and what it's meant to you?
It's meant the world to me, and just to be able to go out with a win, I feel like that's a good way to cap off a pretty good career. And having stayed at the same university 4 years, I mean, I hope that's a testament about who I am and about who the people around me are. You know, Coach Silverfield, I trust him wholeheartedly. He recruited me out of high school, and he's been with me all 4 years. So to any recruits out there, I think he's a trustworthy man and someone who's moral. And in this game of college football, recruiting and you know, coaching, it's hard to find a good man and someone that you trust, and he's definitely someone I trust. And same goes for Coach Cramsey and my teammates as well. So, I mean, my career to finish, you know, 10-3 last year and then 11-2 this year, that's pretty good. So I'll take that wherever I'm at on a football team. Obviously, I want to win even more than that, but I mean, that's the past now. So I wear that on my shoulders, but my career is over now, so it's kind of sappy. But we got out of here with the win today, and I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Great. We have time for about 2 more questions in here, then we have to go to Zoom.
And then Ryan, like you recruited Seth, he was your first quarterback. Obviously, you talked about like recruiting him over Zoom and what that was like, and not even meeting him. And then he gets to campus. He starts as a true freshman right at the beginning when he gets here. Just for you to know that like this was the end, and next year when you start to prepare, like you're gonna have a different quarterback. What's that gonna be like, and what has that whole thing meant to you?
Yeah, look, I'm going to enjoy these last few minutes with him. But yeah, he's meant everything, and I've talked to you guys about it quite often. Is you know the ebbs and flows, the rides that we went on, right? You know, the first couple of years weren't always easy, and even you know these last couple, every game's got its challenges, every season has its challenges. But I think you know when Seth was. What he just said, like I think it goes both ways, right? You have so much faith in a young man and belief and love, and like I do both these guys, they're like my sons, and you know, and so you think about that more than the football player. Look, we're gonna have a really really talented roster next year, and obviously it'll be a different quarterback. But when we land back, I've got lunch tomorrow with a bunch of transfers that want to come play at the University of Memphis, which is phenomenal. So, but look, there'll never be another Seth Hennigan, and that's okay. You know, one day hopefully, well, I don't know, he's worn 4 different numbers. One of those numbers may be hanging outside of our stadium. I'll certainly fight and push for that. But
Need a statue.
look, just yeah. But could be more proud, and you know, Jonah, like a lot of things, it's you remember there's certain players in your life that you always remember. Obviously, the 2 that are sitting at this table will go down as some of my favorites of all time, and you know. Regardless of what happens with the guy in the end, you know, we're going to have lifelong relationships and friendships, and you know, people that are going to come check on me a long time from now, and couldn't be more honored. And it's been a privilege. You know, I think coaches sometimes think that it's all about them. Hell no, it's all about these guys. And it's been an absolute honor and privilege to coach Seth. And man, what a tremendous young man he's been, and a testament to him and what he's meant to this program. I think if you sit there and say, okay, hey. Well, let's create one person that you want to represent your program for 4 straight years. And in this day and age in college football, like we talked about, for him to stay loyal to this place, he's a rare breed. But, man, he's a damn champion, and that's a great thing.
All right, last 2 in the room. We'll go back to the back and then back over here on the right.
Rachel Phillips, ABC 24. Ryan, just firstly, what went through your mind when that interception happened and then it kind of turned into what looked like could have been a fumble? What was going through your brain during that time?
Yeah, Rachel, I literally I was sitting there thinking if I ran on the field and tackled him, it would be worth the 15-yard penalty to get him to go down, because I was sitting there screaming and yelling, and I think we all were. And I was like, well, I'm going to go get a 15-yard penalty for spearing my own player. And it'd be on sports are not top 10, but would have probably saved me the heart attack or whatever happened to me in the meantime when I saw that ball come out. We, as these guys well know, we try to show every scenario and talk about it, and we talk about owning the football and all these other fun things that go. But look, he's such an athlete. I knew his knee went down. You know, I was totally confident. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I was like, gosh darn, not another replay. I don't know if I could take it, but we were down, and so be it, and all positive.
Over to the right, last one in the room.
Brian Moss, Tiger Sports Report. Chandler, I know you have a decision to make later, but what does being a Memphis Tiger mean to you, and what it's like playing for Coach Silverfield?
Being a Memphis Tigers honestly means everything to me. They took a chance on a guy out of East Tennessee State, two-star recruit coming out of high school. Jump just was genuine, like Seth said. Like Coach Silverfield is one of like most genuine people you ever meet. He might not always tell you what you want to hear, but he'll tell you what you need to hear, what's best for you. So just also coming in my first day, like meeting a guy like Seth, setting the tone. Just knew I was coming into a great culture and something that was just being built, and it was just great for me to be just also accepted by the guys. I kind of had some doubts maybe I wasn't gonna be accepted, but from day one the guys came in. We all worked hard together. We put the work in. From the tour duty days to the summers, in the Memphis summers, the Memphis heats. Just been a great journey. Being the Tiger, being able to wear the blue and white, playing for Coach Hank, just been great for me. I'm just very grateful of the opportunity that they gave me. Very grateful just to represent the city of Memphis. So very blessed.
All right, that'll wrap it up in the room. We have time for one question on Zoom. We'll go to Sam Shoemaker. Sam, if you just unmute yourself, tell us who you're representing and to whom your question is addressed.
Hey, Chandler, Sam Shoemaker with Memphis Rivals. You talked about it earlier this week about how you were just focused on West Virginia and you weren't sure what the plan was going forward. But have you had those conversations, and then what's next for Chandler Martin in the 2025 football season?
Shoot, like I was saying, all my focus is on West Virginia. Just trying to be where my feet are, honestly. I've had some conversations, but right now I'm gonna go home and talk to my family. Pray about it a little bit more, and shoot, we'll see what's next.
All righty. Thank you, everyone who joined us via Zoom. Thanks to everyone in the room. Congratulations again to our 2024 Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl champions.